was not part of the third Godzilla film, let's say it was a different character, what character is it going to be? I'm saying Mogira because it's the easiest thing to put together, easiest backstory. No American's going to say, you know, let's make a complete copy of Godzilla in a robot form. No one's going to say that. What do you think?
We said Gabra.
Oh yeah.
I don't think it's going to be one monster. I think it's going to be like Destroy All monster. How can they top King Ghidorah as a big enemy?
Space Ghost.
I don't know. I think the giant condor has a pretty good case. No really beats him.
I mean, just your own
He
show.
doesn't need to get another 30 centimeter. Okay, you just high.
Yeah.
Oh no, man, that one was really good. Stop saying that.
Yeah.
It's.
You gotta say it looks bad. You gotta say
it looks good. I'm sorry. Even I might want to get it. Hi. Oh,
Hey.
She's the camera woman. Thought it was someone else.
I was like, hold on.
You might
See, no one would expect it.
It's true.
She's been using
This
voice
is my mom's
filters.
first.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I was talking to your mom, by the way. It's all right.
Just talking about.
You know, it's a different kind of
start.
atmosphere.
Yeah. So let's. We're gonna start. If you guys back there, if you want to come up, we can start showing off some stuff. I don't know if you guys want to show. I don't know. It's unscripted. So you know, that's basically.
Well,
so,
those were the best videos.
So thank you guys for coming, though. You know, a small group here, but that's okay. Once again, just fun little thing I wanted to do. The main thing I wanted to show off my comic, kind of give a first look at like some concept art to give you guys like an idea of what it's going to look like. After I get back home, one of my co-writers, his name is Josh, we're going to be starting to work on the Kickstarter. So we have a Kickstarter plan for it, but other details we don't really know at the moment because we still got to like get with our artist and get that stuff figured out. But in the meantime, who doesn't have one of the business cards? I think I gave everyone actually business cards.
Yeah.
I think. So, okay, cool. So I'm not gonna do that. So,
I don't think I got a business card
no?
actually.
Oh, okay. Alright. So this is the title, logo. Basically, if you know me, I like to have a lot of symbolism and like metaphors and stuff in logos. I don't like to just put something there and then just, you know, call it a day. So, I kind of, with this design, I wanted the kaiju word obviously to be big, because kaiju, and then horizon. Also, sorry, the main premise of it is that humans have gone underground because monsters have completely taken over the surface. So, kind of like Monster Planet in a way, but instead of just like Godzilla with a couple flying things, it's like literally the whole world, a bunch of monsters around. You got your human-sized monsters, you got the 50-meter ones, we got 80 meters and 100 meters. So we got like different sizes of kaijus, I guess like categories, once again from like Pacific Rim, a lot of inspiration from Pacific Rim. So Horizon's a little smaller because kaiju have taken over the horizon. And then up here is actually, you'll see there a bit, this is one of the first kaiju that we're showing, and I thought he fit perfectly for like the little eye symbol for that. And then even the birds will be here. You guys excited? You gonna donate
Say
to the
hey.
Kickstarter? I expect you to. Alright. So anyways, alright.
It's all fun and games until one of you guys get the prize.
Oh yeah, that's true. So, funny enough, this little part on the bottom took me like months to try and figure out. I wanted something kind of cool and unique as like the horizon symbol. So I kind of made up this. It's, you know, simple. There's really no hidden meaning with that. This, on the other hand, so what do you guys take, like, when you look at this, what do you see? Taylor, don't you start. He said it. So yeah, what do you see? What do you see like that?
I think of like the Monokuma.
Okay.
Yeah.
With the patches in the
skull here.
Oh, that?
Yeah. Because I see a skull, a monster face, kind of a humanoid looking thing.
I see a dog.
Okay, dog. Okay, that works. Actually, that works perfectly. So, basically what was funny about this was when I was working on this part, I wanted some kind of symbol on the bottom, something that would be iconic to the brand. So like Halo, for instance, if you guys know what Halo is, you don't need to really see the halo, the full word. All you need is just that, you know, the circle with the little dot in the middle. as soon as you see that, you know it's Halo. So I wanted something kind of like that. So with this, I basically went on, I did a cheap thing where I went to like a symbol, you know, Photoshop symbols, you can like download symbols and stuff. I wanted a cityscape on the bottom here, but every time I put different cityscapes, it never really fit. It just didn't look right. So a happy accident would happen. What I saw was this face.
This light
So then
is
what I did is I kind
red.
of
Does
cut
that mean
out
battery is
what I
down?
wanted to
The
outline.
battery should,
and then
there's like a
basically
battery
this.
thing up
So
there.
out of
You should be able
Oh,
to see.
no, it's full. Okay.
an asset in a way, but at the same time, in the story of the comic, there's also monsters underground because we're human, so there's also humans on the other side. So I kind of, that's like the symbolism behind that. You can also delve deeper if you want to, but that's at least where I, coming from with that. So, yeah, but what do you guys think? I like to get impressions, so is this something that if you saw on like a t-shirt or a billboard or something, like would this catch your eye? Be honest, like seriously.
The etching with the letters shows destruction.
Yeah, that's cool. Yep, and luckily this font is completely commercial free, so I can use it. So I can make money off that. So yeah, so that's the logo. Really proud of that. Then these next couple things are the actual concepts that I got from my artist. So this is a concept for the underground city, what it's going to look like. So we went for a sort of dystopian underground, still kind of futuristic in a way, to where you can believe that humans can live under there, but it's not perfect, it's kind of crumbling down and all that stuff. Limbonics was the artist, he's on DeviantArt, and he's the one who made this, and when he first gave me this, I was like, holy crap, like, you can do that? So I was pretty amazed with this. So we got the buildings here. This, I assume, now when I gave him the concepts, like when I gave him the ideas, he kind of just went with it. He did his own ideas that he put to it. So what I assume he did was this is like a center column to kind of keep the ceiling up, one of the structures, and then it can also act as an elevator going from the surface to the underground. This is kind of like a river area, like maybe water filtration so that they can survive under there. And then here you get like a perspective. I don't know if you guys can tell, I'll probably, if you want to maybe pass it around, there's a human in his apartment, so it kind of gives a perspective of like where humans are living next to a bridge. And so that's basically the sort of style that I want to go with. Also, it's not going to be colored like that. I don't know why he colored it, but I mean, I appreciate it. But the comic, I want it to be a black and white comic at first, with the first couple issues. But then, eventually, if it's successful enough, then we want to make a volume, what do they call them, collection, that they put all the issues in it. And then that will make like a special colored version. That way it makes the re-release a little bit more special than just re-releasing something that's already been done. Okay, so this is Ryder. He's one of the main characters. So my main inspiration for this whole story, it started when I started watching Walking Dead, surprisingly enough. And I thought it'd be kind of cool if it was like Walking Dead meets Kaiju or meets Godzilla or whatever. So I want the kind of storytelling, although not the current seasons of Walking Dead, I'm talking like earlier when they were good. Sorry, Walking Dead. But Ryder definitely takes a lot of inspiration with Rick. He's very hardworking, but he has a good heart. He tries as best he can to protect his daughter, which I'll show him there soon. So he's kind of rugged, he's tired, he's gone through it all, he's seen it all, he's seen what the destruction of the surface is, because when he was a child, the monsters just killed his family, so he basically was orphaned from there. He was taken underground, helped by an older gentleman that kind of fostered him and took him in and showed him the way of how to survive in the underground, because it's very brutal. So that's pretty much him. I'll pass it around so you guys can get a better look. Okay, yeah. So unfortunately, Rampage came out at a time when we were working on this guy, so it kind of was like, bad timing. So what I hope is that, when we get to really working on the comic and he starts fleshing out these monsters, that we'll be able to differentiate this wolf monster from Ralph from Rampage. He doesn't fly, so that's one thing. But this is one of the main kaiju, so we're gonna have like different types. I want like animal type kaiju, reptilian type, I want bug type, just all kinds of monsters so we can get a lot of variations and stuff like that. This guy, is one of the, I believe this is one of the human-sized ones. So just one of the really quick ones that are like in the streets that are, you know, chasing people who are sorry enough to be on the surface when they're not prepared. But the thing I like that Limbonics did with it is you know, just the design. I like how it kind of has that oriental style to it, which I really like that. So yeah, there is the kaiju, and I haven't named him yet, so we're gonna have to do that when I get back home. Start naming everybody.
Reminds me from that. What's the thing called? I can't really pronounce it. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
I'm trying to remember what it was called. It was like very, very beautiful art style of the game. It had this like little
Okami.
Okami.
Yeah, there we go.
I think it started with
okay.
O, so.
Yeah, there we go. That's actually cool. Yeah, that's a beautiful game. So this is Kara. This is the daughter of Ryder. So she, at first in the story, she's not going to play a huge role, but she ends up becoming like one of the bigger character roles in this whole thing. I wanted her to be like, I don't want her to be a ditzy kind of person. I wanted her to be mature already from the start. I don't want to go through like her teenage angst years or anything. She's already 18 in the story, but since she lives in the underground, she doesn't know what the surface looks like, so she's already hardened basically. So that's because I've seen so many stories where it's like the daughter and then the father, and then, you know, they always have like they're fighting over stuff because, you know, she's just in her teenage years and that's whatever. But I want her to be where she can take care of herself, but she's also a bit still naive about the world and everything around it. She doesn't know exactly how everything works, but she still can handle herself. Yeah, also just want to make her cute because you have to. It's a cartoon, so you know, you just have to. But yeah, so she, Josh and I are really excited about her development in the future, well, potential future, depending on how well this goes. But we're really excited about her. So pass that around. And last, this is one of the Savannah troopers. Now, Savannah is basically setting-wise, since everything's underground, we've taken a few liberties with, you know, it's obviously a fictional story, so, you know, science, mumbo-jumbo a little bit. Underground, there is two sides of the world. Now you have basically the American Canada side, and then you have the Eastern, you know, Oriental side, Russia and all that. But they've both, there's now only two main hubs in, like, I guess you could say continents, underground. Savannah is one of the main places in the United States area. And they're not called United States, like all the places on the surface, you know, they're different underground, obviously. So this guy, he's one of the elite troopers. He lives, Savannah is one of the high-rise areas where the rich political guys are who run everything underground. So obviously that's why he looks prepared, he's decked out. These guys can fight the human-sized monsters. They have no problem with that. They've taken down a couple of the 50 meters. When it comes to the 80 and 100 meter guys, they have yet to take them down because they're just so powerful. And when it comes to the 100 meter kaiju, there's only a couple in the world because they're so big, they're so massive. So there's not like a huge amount of them. So yeah, this is just basically what a trooper is going to look like. At least kind of like the police force of the whole underground world. So pass that around, and so that is basically the concept that I have for you guys. So do you guys have any like questions for me about the story that you might have?
How many issues are you planning on?
Yeah, so we wrote out 7 issues for the first volume, and like I said, after we're done with the 7 issues, we hope then to combine it into one big volume pack and then make it a colored edition. So yeah, 7 issues. That's the story. Anyone else?
It's cool.
How long have humans been underground when the story takes place?
So the start of it, basically humanity was at peace. Everyone, once again fictional, because it's really gonna happen, but in my story, you know, there was a thing called the final war that basically was worse than any other war that humanity has ever suffered. So it was such a bad loss of life that people decided, okay, we really got to get together and start working on making the world better and all that. It was 100 years of peace, and then all of a sudden the monsters just pop out. Like in Pacific Rim, they just show up all everywhere. But this time they show up in like huge numbers. You got the roaming ones, you got the big guys, So that basically forced everyone to go underground. And Ryder is, if I remember correctly, he is 5 years old when he's on the surface when he lost his parents. And so when he's underground, he's around 40. So that's how long they've been underground. And the underground surface, you'd wonder, well, okay, how can they get all that technology in 40 years? That doesn't really make any sense. During the last war, they built bunkers, and that's basically what that city area was in case of like nuclear bomb threats and people that have to go underground. So this stuff was kind of already set up, even without knowing about the monsters. So then when it was time for everyone to go underground, that was the first thing the military did. It was like, oh, well, we have all these bunkers underground that are pretty functional. We can get down there and then start making that our new home. So that's kind of the time frame that things take place. Any other questions? Cool. That means I explained it well. So, awesome.
All right, I have a question.
Yeah.
Is there going to be one big bad kaiju that is very well known? Is going to be like the key around the whole story?
There is going to be a cameo guy in the background. Yep. That's all I can say. So, yeah. But like I said, I'm really excited about this. This is my first like original story. So, you know, I'm just really excited to get this thing going and hopefully be able to get the Kickstarter a success. I'm estimating, I'm just going to say now, like we might be around 5,000 to get it going because of the 7 issues and all the cost of manufacturing. Because we do plan on making some physical copies for like a limited release. We also plan on, actually, funny enough, this G-Fest, I wanted to actually have an artist alley table set up, and we were going to sell the first issue there, but time and just life just, you know, clashed, and I couldn't get it out in time. But, so hopefully by next year, we can get everything done, and then maybe next year G-Fest I can have a table set up and I can have like the whole series, physical copies for you guys to sell. We also plan on selling digital copies, obviously, on Amazon for like Kindles and stuff. And the Kickstarter, we plan on having it around 3 months of a time frame. Now, we have a backup plan in case the Kickstarter is a failure and we don't make the money. We're then turn it into a novel, and we'll just do it that way. Because I really want the story to be released. You know, I think the story that me and Josh have written is really cool. So even if we can't get the graphic side of it, I still want to at least have it in a novel form so that people can still enjoy the story. And then hopefully, maybe from that success, we can then adapt it into the comic and all that stuff. Now, this isn't coming from me, this is coming from Josh on his behalf because he wasn't able to be here. Josh, he's super excited about this idea, and so he wants to take it way beyond comics and stuff. He wants to make this a full-fledged franchise. He wants to go all out. He told me he wants to make like a board game, video game, show, all kinds of things. So his enthusiasm for it makes me happy because, you know, when I got him on the team to help write for it, you know, that just makes me happy to know that, okay, I wrote something cool that someone else really was interested in and helping. And so really excited about it. So after G-Fest, probably in a couple days, I'll have the Kickstarter running. The Facebook page is open. We are planning on making a website soon, but as of right now, resources and everything, we just don't have the time to make a full website. But keep tuned to the Facebook page that's on the business cards, and we are going to be making some free stories, some like little spin-off things to get you guys immersed in the world before we, release the first issue. So that way you guys can maybe get a bit more background of like certain things that are happening in the world. Because Josh wanted to do a couple little spin-offs, short little stories as like a free sample. So once again, stick tuned to the Facebook page, and we'll see how it goes. So the next year is going to be interesting. So that's Kaiju Rising. So yeah, the hybrid.
I'm pretty sure we all know that by now.
All right, so Nico, get up here. You're here. Sean is still gone. I don't know where he went. Okay, so a lot of people think throughout this whole trilogy, Kenshin trilogy that we've made, that I'm the one who's behind it all, just because it's been shown on my page. But the reason we did that was more of a marketing way, just because at the time, you know, we compared to both of us, you know, I had the more audience and stuff like that. I know that sounds very bad, but realistically, that's what happened. So, but Nico Molnar is the guy who started this whole Kenshin trilogy. He went to me when I first started my YouTube channel in 2013, and he came to me, just wanted to do a simple little fan film using Godzilla Unleashed footage, 12-minute short thing, and now we're here making a 57-minute long full animated, feature. with voice actors and everything. So I'm gonna let you take it away because I'm tired of talking. I'm gonna let you take it away and talk about Wrath of the Hybrid. Answer questions.
Well, let's start with questions because I don't really know how to expand upon it. Because we're one day away from the premiere, and I don't know. I can't explain how excited I am. You know, we worked a really long time on this. Since we started writing out the story and script back in 2015, so it's taken 3 years to really get everything together for the final product. The whole cast and the whole production team really had their hardships. You know, everyone kind of went through something. We all got through. You know, we all got the film finished. I was ready for G-Fest. And yeah, any questions about how we got here?
What was it like working with GojiFan?
Oh, it was rough, man.
I've heard bad things about him, so you know.
Oh yeah, real hard head guy. Just
tried to fire him a few times.
Yeah, that definitely happened. Was always late for meetings.
Okay.
Just couldn't.
That sounds
Just couldn't.
like it.
Yeah. Thank God he was free.
Yeah, if anyone else is working for him, we don't. He's terrible.
Yeah.
Dude, he doesn't know how to work this.
I'll take Chris over. I'll take Chris over GojiFan.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Any more questions about Wrath of the Hybrid, by any chance?
by the way, is that Sean? Say hi, Sean.
Hi.
He's one of the animators. And then Vinny, right here, he's the composer. He'll be giving out physical copies. Very limited though, we don't have many copies, but he is going to be giving them out tomorrow during the premiere. So, snag a copy. They're really cool.
Well, you took my question.
But I think you guys are rolling out maybe for the Q&A tomorrow. Maybe. I don't know. Oh, also, to let you guys know, since you are here, if you are coming to the premiere, we're on Sunday because we're doing an encore apparently.
Stay to the end credits.
Stay after the credits, okay? One, because the credits are awesome. And two, there's a cool scene afterwards. And also, since our film is it's 57 minutes of a runtime, so we won't have a lot of time to do a traditional Q&A at the table in the room, because we'll have to make way for the next guys that are coming up with their film. So what we're going to do is we're just going to wait outside while everything gets shuffled around, and if anyone has questions after that, after seeing it, because I bet maybe once you see the film, then you'll have some questions. So these guys have improved tremendously. From, the first
when we released the early stuff.
When you guys watch the behind-the-scenes stuff later, it's going to be hilarious to see how far we came from year one of development to now where we are. It's really cool. But yeah, this film would not be possible without these guys. It's just, I mean, amazing team to have. So if you're looking for a composer, Vinny. If you're looking for a good animator, Sean. For source filmmaker. And also, what else? 3ds Max and
After Effects.
Yeah. So we're super stoked for you guys to watch it. I just want to talk about everything.
Yeah.
We can't.
You have 24 hours.
We can't expand anything.
I know we can't. So
if you want to get a synopsis of the events following up Godzilla Wrath of the Hybrid, watch the primer video.
Yeah.
That's a great thing if you haven't seen the past two films. Or if you want a little overview, read the official program book of GFest 25.
brought to you by Dr.